What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks, presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices, going over to scoresandodds.com where you got picks from me, Meansy, Tina, all the greats. Plus, you get access to our nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have projected for each individual prop. Plus, where the best lines are at. And most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is Grant's Action Lounge? Well, it's my Discord where I'm throwing in all my picks each and every day so you can get them in before the lines end up moving. Just go to scoresandodds.com/Discord. Just threw it into chat there. We got basketball today. We only got 4 games. It's probably going to be a quick show. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and throw it into chat. Go ahead and throw it into the comment section over on Twitter, whatever you feel like. And I'll answer them. But other than that, it's probably going to be a quick show. Yeah. We'll just get right into it. James Harden over 10.5 assists plus 100 rather over at Superbook, minus 103 over at Caesars. I think these are still the lines. It's moving at a lot of places, so you might want to get in sooner rather than later. You can still get it even money over at MGM, luckily, but minus 110, minus 115 in most other spots. Harden has been on an absolute tear recently, hitting the over at this number in each of the last 5 games. He's just been absolutely crushing it with the dimes. Really like this over. I hit it multiple times. Scotty Barnes over 15.5 points. This line, I believe, has already moved. No, it's at 14.5. All right. Well, go hammer at 14.5. I'm guessing that has to do with Giannis probably playing. Oh, wait, I did get it 14.5. All right, yeah, it has moved to minus 118. Yeah, sorry, I was looking at Trey Jones there. But yeah, no, Scotty Barnes over 14.5 points. We currently have him projected for 15.434. I still like it at minus 118. Liked it better at minus 115, obviously. Still a solid overall line. Gary Trent Jr., question in the chat, Gary Trent Jr. over 17.5 points tonight. I think you can still get decent odds on this. Our projections really like this. I'm still on the fence about betting it. You can get it 16.5 over at MGM, but yeah, over at minus 115 over at FanDuel, I still like that line. It's going to probably move a little bit. I'm still on the edge whether I'm going to end up betting it or not, but there's a decent chance I might. Joel Embiid over 31.5 points is actually minus 115. It's just Superbook runs a promo. But I also hit it at minus 125 over at Sports Illustrated. And I hit it at 32.5 at minus 118 over at FanDuel. Joel Embiid's just been on an absolute tear, hitting the over on this number in 12 out of the last 16 games, I want to say. Something ridiculous like that. No one can really stop him. Decent matchup going up against the Clippers. He put up 44 points going up against the Clippers last time he played them just a few weeks ago. He's going to absolutely tear it up. And then another bet I keep making almost every single night is Joel Embiid under 10.5 rebounds. A lot of times you get 11.5, 10.5, and this spot is still pretty solid while he's actually been hitting the over at 10.5. A decent amount recently. We currently have him projected for slightly under this. Let's see. We have him projected at 9.92, offering a little bit of value. Again, I wouldn't go crazy on this one, but minus 110, minus 108 was worth the shot. James Harden over 37.5 points, rebounds, assists, minus 119 over at Caesars. Again, this game's projected to be close. Currently sitting at a 1.5 point spread at the moment here. Harden has hit this over in each of the last 5 games. He's getting 25 points a game or 20 plus points a game all the time, getting 5 to 10 rebounds almost every single game, getting 11 plus assists every single game. Just a bad overall line. It's moved at most other spots to 38.5, I believe, or heavy juice on 37.5. Took it off the board over at DK and over at MGM, but moved to 38.5 over at FanDuel, 38.5 over at PointsBet. So it's still available at 37.5 over at Caesar. Someone talking that Simmons' assists have moved to 8.5. It hasn't moved to 8.5 everywhere. It's moved to 8.5 in some spots. You can still get it minus 135, minus 137 over at Caesars, over at DK. At 8.5, you can move it to, or you can get plus odds at 8.5. I like it for both. Simmons in this offense without Durant there obviously does not want to shoot the ball pretty much at all. Dishing it out a ton. The only thing we have to worry about is him potentially getting into foul trouble. Matchup versus Kelton Johnson could potentially get him into foul trouble, but if he doesn't, he's going to play 35 minutes or close to it. They're going to need him. They're still trying to get decent seeding in for the playoffs. Simmons is looking all right, and he's dishing out the ball a ton. He's distributing a ton. I currently have him projected for close to 9. So again, don't mind it at 8.5 plus 110. I just slightly prefer it at 7.5. It's a solid bet here. Let's see. OG Anunoby over 22.5 points, rebounds, assists, minus 108 over at FanDuel. You can get it at 27.5 with some decent. Now it's moved to 22.5 everywhere. It's off the board most places. I wonder if that's because the Giannis news. Did we get official news on Giannis? Middleton is out. Giannis listed out. Okay. All right. Giannis just got listed out right when we started the show. That's interesting there. When the Drew props end up coming out, I could see those being pretty solid. I'm guessing they're not on the board right now. Drew, yeah, off the board everywhere. So that'll be interesting. I'm going to be looking into that. So go ahead, check out the Action Lounge every day, and I'll be spitting some more picks throughout the day. I actually had a decent day after a real rough month. Month has been rough. Month was real rough. But still, only down 3.6K, which make more than that. Had up like $4,000 almost in the last 3 days. So it's been a rough few days, but pretty much happens every single January for me for some reason. I don't know why, but it is what it is. We'll make it all back and then some. How about OG Anunoby steals over 1.5 at plus 100 over at DK? Let me go ahead and check projections. I'm guessing that line's off the board unless you said at DK. I'm guessing it's off the board. But I'll go ahead and look at our projections, see what they have to say. Steals OG. We actually like that. We have them projected for 1.58 steals. I think that's fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Giannis being out probably makes it a little bit better. Not going to have the A squad in there with Middleton and with Giannis both out. So it's not a bad line. I don't hate that at all. Claxton over 13.5 points, minus 125 over at win. It's moved to 14.5. Let's see. What was I just saying? Claxton. Yeah, 14.5 in a lot of different spots. Minus 130. I still like it at that over DK or over MGM, or don't mind it at 14.5 at plus 100 over at PointsBet. Claxton, we currently have projected for, as you just saw there, 16.53 match versus San Antonio. San Antonio is the worst defensive team in the league. Claxton didn't do great. I was over in points last time out, but maybe that was 2 times out. But without Durant in there, I have to assume that he's going to end up being more involved. Last 2 outings without Durant. Yeah, had 17 in the last one, 9 in the one before that. So I, of course, bet him in the one where he lost going up against Boston. But great defensive matchup here going up against San Antonio. Love it. Jamal Murray over 19.5 points, minus 102 over at Superbook, minus 105 over at Betway or DK. They have the exact same ones. Both of them still solid. Murray has been doing pretty well recently. Been a little bit up and down, averaging 20.5 points, I think, this month, but probably going to end up getting there. What do we have projected for him? I didn't even check this just because I liked it regardless. We have him projected for 20.07, but match versus Portland should be a high-scoring game. Decent spot here. Asking about Pascal Siakam, over points, rebounds, assists. Not sure if it's even on the board right now. It is. We're indifferent about it. Don't really have a lean either side. At 36.5, it might have been decent, but right now it's off the board, obviously, because of the Giannis news. So I don't know. But yeah, that's basically it. That's the show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back again tomorrow. Not going to be here Friday, most likely. I'm going to be up in the mountains. We'll see if I have reception, but for sure be back tomorrow on Thursday. I'm out of here.